Okay. So yeah, I'll just start right away. Good morning, everyone, and thank you guys for joining. Um, Today we're going to be looking at just give me a minute quickly. Today's topic of discussion would be majorly what I'll be introducing you to Microsoft 365. What is Microsoft 365? And we're going to look at the difference between Office 365 and Microsoft 365, right? Office 365, the difference between the two. Would also look at Microsoft 365 Copilot and Copilot Chat. There's a difference between Microsoft 365 Copilot and Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. And we'll now have a demo session, right? We'll get started real time with Microsoft, setting up a Microsoft 365 tenant, how you get started. Now, what's a Microsoft 365? Like I said, it's a paid subscription. You have to pay for you to be able to use Microsoft 365. Even though initially at the point of signing up, you have the option to get a trial license or a trial subscription. Trial in the sense that for that period you don't get to pay, which is usually 30 days. And in some cases, you can still extend the trial period, right? You can still extend the trial period, but in most cases, your trial subscription is usually for 30 days, and within that 30 days, you don't get to pay. But if after that 30 days, you now decide that you want to keep using the Microsoft 365 service, it becomes compulsory that you pay for the subscription. It's either you cancel at that point so you don't get automatically charged, or you get paid, you have to pay for the subscription. So like I said, M365 actually is a subscription-based cloud productivity platform that combines the familiar Office apps. We all know what the Office applications are, the likes of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, apps, projects, and the rest. So it just doesn't come with these applications. It also has its own security device management when it comes to Intune and what innovative online services, the likes of Microsoft Teams, Exchange, SharePoint, identity and access management. So now M365 is basically designed for modern work as it supports secure collaboration and communication across desktop, web, and mobile devices, helping users stay productive wherever they are. So that means with your Microsoft 365 subscription, you get to work from anywhere and from any device. You have your laptop with you, your iPad, your tabs, your mobile devices, your phone, your Android, anyone, anything, from anywhere, right? You're able to access your resources, your data, your files. You can work on them right on the go. Now, when they say across desktop, web, and mobile devices, I would like you to know that it's not all of the Microsoft 365 license or subscription that you can use on your desktop. In some cases, you can only access these resources over the web and on your mobile devices. For you to be able to have the desktop applications or the Office applications installed on your desktop, then it's either you're getting a Microsoft 365 apps for business or a Microsoft 365, I would say, business standard, business premium, or enterprise subscriptions. I'm still going to show you all of those different M365. So we call them, they are subscription plans. So each plan has its own features that it offers, right? So if you want your users to just be able to access Microsoft 365 from the web, or you just want them to have access to the Office applications, say you just get them the Microsoft 365 Business Basic, right? It's the cheapest too. It's the cheapest. So based on the features you want to use, or the kind of applications you want your organization, your employees in your organizations to have access to. That would also determine the kind of subscription you purchase for your organization. Now, um, this takes us to, this is just going to buttress more on Microsoft 365 being built for scalability and flexibility. And sorry, where okay, I think this just buttresses more on the fact that we have different plans tailored for business use, large enterprises, educational institutions, non-profit government organizations. So aside from businesses and large enterprises, when we talk of small businesses, we're looking at businesses that have just between 1 to 300 users, right? Small businesses between 1 to 300 users. Now, large enterprises would be between anything above 300 and to as much as I would say, do I say 100,000 users? That's for large enterprises. Then for educational institutions, you have academic institutions, schools, universities. Then you have non-profit, non-profit organizations, non-profit governmental organizations. These kind of organizations, they usually have discounts. Same with educational institutions. So for non-profits, you'd see some the cost of their own subscription is usually less than those for enterprise and businesses. Then you now have for personal and family use. We call that home plans. For the home plan, you can see for home, for business, and for enterprise. So for home, you have two categories, which is the personal and the family. The difference between the personal and the family is that for personal um, business, Microsoft 365 business subscription, you can only be used by one person, just for one person. But one thing with M365 is that if you purchase one M365 subscription, it can be used on as many as 5 devices. 5 devices, but assigned to one user. That's for personal. Then for family, up to 6 people can use a family subscription. That's the difference between personal and family. Now, when you look at for business, Microsoft 365 for business, we have different plans on that business. We have 4 major plans on that business. You have the business basic, business Microsoft 365 apps for business, business standard, and business premium. Don't worry, I'm going to show that to you directly from the Microsoft resource. Then for enterprise, we have enterprise E1, E3, E5. Then you also have F3 for the frontline own. Now, it's good or it's important that we know the differences between these subscriptions so that you can actually tell which to recommend or which to offer, right? For the different solutions that you like to deploy for your organization. So that's it with the different plans of Microsoft 365 subscription. Now, we look at the apps and services. Apps and services. Why here we have that M365 operates as a shared responsibility service in the sense that Microsoft manages the infrastructure, but your organization controls how the services are configured and used, right? When you buy a subscription, it's left to you to decide which resources or which applications are available to which category of users. In some cases, say a typical example would be like where you have the CTO or the COO, those the leaders of your organization. Such kind of people would require a larger mailbox, right? Either you're giving them an Exchange Online plan too, while for just regular front desk users might just need uh, the simple business basic subscription. You don't you necessarily have to get them a subscription plan that comes with we usually have Exchange Online Plan 1 or OneDrive Plan 1, Plan 2, Plan 1, Plan 2. So you can just go with the one with Plan 1. Plan 1 is cheaper, right? And just offers, let's say for Exchange Online Plan 1, you have 50 gigabytes, but for Exchange Online Plan 2, you have 100 gigs. Same with OneDrive. So the sizes actually differ. The features that come with each plan also differs. So we have aside from the Office apps that are available both over the web on your desktop and mobile devices, you also have email and calendaring, file storage, which is where OneDrive comes in, and SharePoint. For email and calendaring, that's your Outlook and Exchange. For teamwork and communication, that's where you have your Microsoft Teams. For secure AI chat assistance, that's where you have your Copilot. Security and compliance, you have that as like as a service on its own. I'm going to show that to you, how you manage the security settings and your compliance settings, your identity and access management. That's from Entra ID, the Microsoft Entra ID portal. Then when it comes to device management and endpoint and device management, that's your Intune. So all of this is what you get within just for subscribe, just one subscription, or you have all of these apps and services available to you. So please, that's why we say M365 is a complete, it offers a complete suite of what productivity apps that increases collaboration within your organization. So now, uh, majority of us would want to ask, what's the, let me just check before I proceed that if you have any questions. Mm, okay. So please, if you have any question, you can, okay, Victor has a question. I'll quickly take that question. So Victor, you can unmute and ask your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You talked about business basic subscription, and then also you talked about a standard, business standard, right? Can you hear
Exactly.
me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yes, my question is, if, for example, for a small company, you
Okay.
I decide that I will have business basic, right? I think
Okay.
I would like that because it's cheapest for most of my employees. But I would like maybe one or two other personnel to go up to standard. Would that be possible, or I'll be forced to go standard for all the users? Thank
No,
you.
it is very okay. You're welcome. It is very possible to have a mix of licenses, right? It is very possible to have a mix of subscription. So the difference between you would hear me say often say license, you'd hear me often say subscription. Now, each subscription, right? Each subscription. Now, Microsoft Business Basic is a subscription, and you can have as many as 300 licenses under that subscription. Please take note. Microsoft 365 Business Basic is a type of business subscription that can have as many as 300 user licenses. That's 300 licenses per subscription within the business plan. Within the business plan, you can only have 300 within the business plan. Anything more than 300, you have to consider enterprise, an enterprise subscription. Now, to your question, can we have 10 users using the Microsoft Business Basic and have 2 or 3 users using the Microsoft 365 standard? Yes, we can. So all you just need to do is when since your employees already have the Business Basic, you would just go to your Microsoft 365 admin portal. right? From the billing admin center, just search for Microsoft 365 Business Standard and click on the details. Right there, you select the number of licenses, which is 3, that you want for those users. It's that simple. So you can have a mix. If you now decide, okay, that it's the premium, you can also get a premium. So you can have basic, have standard, have premium, and still have 365 apps for business, and still have enterprise. So it's your choice. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very clear.
You're welcome. So the next person, Chuku Wike, you can please ask your question.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Oh, thank you very much. So I just want to quickly confirm, is there any way for instance, someone wants to be selling subscriptions for customers and all of that. Is there any way for such a thing to be done in a particular platform? Like, okay, you sell for this person, you sell for this person, all of that. Is there any way to do that? I would love to know, as against the individual purchase and all of that. If there is any way around that, I would love to get more insight. That. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, as regards that would be, I would say, license purchase. You want to be a reseller, right? If I'm clear. Can you confirm that? You want to be a reseller?
Hello, I can't hear you clearly.
So I'm asking that you want to resell. You want to be able to resell Microsoft
Something like
licenses,
exactly, something like that.
something like that. Okay, so in
Exactly.
that case, you have to be a partner, a Microsoft partner, right? There are such
Okay.
programs. Yeah. So you're buying directly from Microsoft and reselling to make your own gain, isn't it? Yeah, we have such programs. So we can
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
share that
something
we
like that.
can, yeah, you have that platform to do that. So if it's the link to get started with that, I can share that with you later after the class. You can send me a DM and I'll share that with you. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. We have that platform for you to be a reseller. So the
Okay.
last question, yes. So the last question I'll be taking before I continue is from Isaac Abiti. You can unmute and ask your question. So Isaac, your hand is up. Do you have a question, or I should just continue? Okay.
Good morning, Ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, Isaac.
Okay, my question is for educational institutions, what are the
Mhm.
options available?
Okay, good question. For educational institutions, we have Microsoft 365 A1, Microsoft 365 A3, Microsoft 365 A5, right? Now, the major difference between when you hear A1, A3, A5 is in the size, right? In the size of mailbox size. So one thing with the education is that education doesn't really come with advanced security features, right? I'm going to show that to you because the tenant, for those that have a test tenant account created, it does have, but not as sophisticated as the enterprise plan, right? The education does have, but it's not as sophisticated as the enterprise plan. So for those that your accounts are being created, you'll notice that, okay, you might not necessarily know that it's an education plan. It's the global admin that would know at the point of assigning the license. So when you see the license, when you see an A, you know that this one is academic, right? When you see, we also have license types that are G, government owned. That one is specifically for government organizations. Tenant, when you see something like GCC, anything G is government related. Now, A is academic, E is for enterprise. The business plans don't have a code of their own. So that's it with the education plan. Yeah. I'll show each one to you once
Okay.
I get to the demo part. So yes, any other question please would come after the demo session. You can also drop your questions in the chat. Let me see quickly before I proceed. Okay, good. I would answer this question. Yes, yeah, let me answer the questions in the chat. Someone is asking that which admin roles am I going to be assigning to you? Yes, so the admin roles that will be assigned to you would be the Exchange, Teams, SharePoint, um, security and compliance, right? We could also give you the user admin role or Intune role. But basically, the first ones I listed, Teams, SharePoint, are the ones that will be assigned to you. Now, talking about this role assignment, someone asked me yesterday that there's a limitation. Yes, the account we're creating is not one that gives you full ownership of the tenant, right? It's not one that gives you full ownership in the sense that you don't own the tenant. I also don't own the tenant. A very good somebody offered us that tenant because it allows for as many as 1,000 users. So we're able to create these test tenant accounts for you to use to practice and all of that. So if you would want a tenant that gives you full control, right? Full ownership, where you're the global admin, then you would have to sign up for a Microsoft 365 um, subscription, right? Or a Microsoft 365 tenant, either ways. So I would still go into details with that. And someone is asking, yes, there's going to be a recorded video session. Okay, should we start downloading the apps now? uh, okay, yeah. So if you're asking if you can start downloading the apps, that's a good one. That means you've been able to navigate the admin dashboard, right? That's a plus for you. Well done. So I'll go back to my screen sharing. Can you confirm that which part of my screen can you see? Let me unmute this.
Your Teams.
Yeah,
My
Tim's page is what we
Teams.
can see.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So I was here. Yeah, so I was explaining, I think I stopped at all of this, right? And the next thing would be the difference between, let me see this, to reduce the font. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is the difference between Office 365 and Microsoft 365. Now, I did say that I think I had shared this earlier, but I'll repeat again. Office 365 basically just offers the applications, the it includes the Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook alongside some of the services, Exchange, SharePoint, Teams, and OneDrive. That's for Office 365. But you see, for M365, the major difference between M365 and Office 365 is that M365 has everything that Office 365 has to offer, together with an operating system, which is the Windows 10 or Windows 11, and EMS, that's Enterprise Mobility and Security. When we talk of enterprise mobility and security, you have your um, Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Defender Security, either for cloud apps, for office apps, and we do have compliance, right? That's Microsoft Purview, and the third one being Intune, your mobile device management, endpoint and mobile device management. So these are the additional features that comes with the Microsoft 365. So M365 is a plus of what everything that comes with the Office 365 apps and services, together with a Windows 10 or 11 operating system and your EMS solutions, your enterprise mobility and security solutions. And lastly, we'll look at what Microsoft 365 Copilot chats, the difference between the two. Majority of us already use ChatGPT, we use Copilot, but you see this Microsoft 365 Copilot chat is free. The Microsoft 365 Copilot chat is free. And if you have a paid active M365 subscription, you are able to use this chat GPT. Even if it's a Microsoft account that you also have too, you can also use the Microsoft 365 Copilot chat for free. Now, but when it comes to Microsoft 365 Copilot, this one is a paid license. It's paid in the sense that you get to use the Copilot with 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 your Office applications, right? You get to use Copilot within Outlook. You can use your Copilot to draft emails, right? For someone like me now, because okay, so you can actually use your Copilot, your Microsoft 365 Copilot within your Office applications. We're going to look at that in subsequent classes, right? Where we use Copilot within Outlook, OneDrive, Teams, right? So if as an organization now you want your users to use Copilot alongside the Office applications, know that you'll be paying additional $30 per license per user. It's based on per user. Then you can now decide, is it on a monthly basis you want to be paying or on a yearly basis, right? So that's the difference between the chat. Chat is free, but the main Microsoft 365 Copilot service or app is paid. Is actually paid. It's not free. It's paid. So now to the demo session, the part we've all been waiting for. So I'm going to stop my screen share. Then okay. Any question from the difference between okay. So any question between any question for the part we just covered, difference between Office 365, M365 or Copilot chat, I think is very straightforward. So for your account, I can't guarantee that today I'll create it. And you don't necessarily have to wait till Sunday. I did say till Sunday, but I see that from now till Sunday is quite far. So even if I work from today till tomorrow, I could use Saturday, but just expect that you'll get it before Sunday. You said I should remind you. Okay, fine, fine. Thank you for the reminder. So your account will be created. I would really love that I even share it out tomorrow. So now demo part. Demo part. How do you get started with Microsoft 365? All you need to do as a first time, let's say you're an admin, you're just getting started, or for your individual personal purpose, you just need to open a browser of any browser of your choice and type office.com. So I'll be sharing my screen. um, close this. This. So just do office.com. This is one way, right? Um, I hit enter. So that that's I don't want that. I want us to start. Let me use a new window. I'm already signed into that account. I hope I'm not signed in here. Office.com. I want to refresh. Same thing. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to use an incognito browser. We either call it a new in private window or incognito. Just click on the three dots by your right, whether you're using Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. And we have that incognito browser. Then I have office.com. So this is the landing page. Let me confirm that you can all hear me. Your WhatsApp is displaying. Interesting. Oh. Thank God I checked. Okay. So I'll need to reshare that screen. Mm, okay. This should be it. So can you please confirm in the chat that you can see the landing page of the Microsoft 365? Um, okay, thank you. So now you can see, okay. Uh, let me go back now. So yeah, right here, once you just open your browser, it's because I'm signed into already signed into one of my Microsoft 365 accounts. That's why I can't use uh the window. Cephas, your hand is up. So now, once you type your office.com, you'd see here, if I do already have an account, right, I'll just click on sign in and I'll get started. You can see we have buy Microsoft 365, buy, get, sign up for the free version. So we're starting like, let's start with this one that says sign up for the free version of Microsoft 365. Now, you would notice that here, if I put in my personal email address, let me put in my personal email address. Who has, aha. So I already have an account. So you can see that there's already a Microsoft account with that email address. So if it's yours, you can sign in now. If not, please go back and use. So I can't use this personal account because it's already signed up for an existing Microsoft 365 account. So I'm not signing in. I don't have if you have uh, an email address that you don't use, let me see if I can quickly confirm. I have one. Just give me a minute, please. I just want us to navigate each type. Let me try this one. If it doesn't work, then I'll request that one of you shares yours with me. Aha. So you see now, this particular email address is not tied to any Microsoft 365 account. We're just getting started, right? Because we're going through this part because we want a free subscription. So now it has sent a code to my mail. I'll just copy that code. Give me a minute. For some reason, I'm not getting that code. But let me see. Does anyone have can anyone let's the code has still not dropped. So you can try from your own end, right? Use a Gmail account that you don't that is not tied to a Microsoft 365 account. Okay. So it's taking me back to the home page. Please bear with my network. Kind of slow. It's not a mail account that I used, so I want to believe that's why I'm getting that. I'm not getting the code. Um, you also didn't get a code. Okay, let's just go for the trial. We'll just pick the option buy instead of using that one. So we go to office.com again. Oh. My network is too poor. Interesting. Oh, sorry, I'm in Nigeria. Though in Nigeria, but then I use. Sorry, I'm even able to connect with this particular one. If you call my for over a week now, I've not been able to receive calls on my direct line, MTN line. That one is even completely off. I'm using the Glow. Can't see. You can't see my screen. Oh, let me share my screen. Sorry. Uh, Abby, why you are telling me my network is poor? I know, right? I know. I'm sorry about that. Uh, it has been affecting my productivity. So yeah, I just want you to confirm in the chat, please. Can you see my screen? Can you see the office homepage? The network is bad. Wow. Like you can't see Starlink, right? I should get, I will. Okay, Yusuf got a code. Okay, okay. So I think people can see my screen, right? So yeah, okay, beautiful. So if you can see my screen, this is the landing page. Once you type your office.com, it brings you right here. So for, for some persons, that sign up for the free version would work for you. Now, I'll tell you something about that free version. With that free version, you just get maybe like 5 GB of OneDrive storage. Is that 5 GB or 15? Very, very small, right? So that's what you get with that free version. And just web access to the Office applications. The free version will give you that. So you can try it out with your personal account. So we're going to pick either buy Microsoft 365 or get Microsoft 365. Now, this is where you get to really see the different plans. And you can now choose which of them do you want to go for, right? You can choose which of them you want to go for. So now you can see, I told you that for non-profit governmental organizations, in most cases, their own license, the cost of their subscription is usually lesser and it comes with discount. This one here is saying that for For educational student, for students, that's educational institutions, you get 12 months free of M365 personal with Copilot. So you see, they actually have these free resources for educational institutions and government parastatals. Now, a non-profit, I mean non-profit. So now you'd see here we have the M365 plan for individuals or for business. Now, this individual is where you have your M365 personal, M365 family, still falls under the category of home. Now, you can now choose to have M365 premium. I think this one was just newly created. We didn't have this before now. So you have personal, you have family, and you have premium. You can compare. Take your time. Which one do you want? You see the price there. This one is per year. Aha. So you will notice that this doesn't come on a monthly basis, right? It has to be a yearly subscription. And initially, I did say that for personal, it can only be used for one person. But you see, for family and premium, it can be used for uh, up to 6 people. Up to 6 people can use this subscription and still also use it on 5 different devices. 5 different devices. So now the features are usually listed under each subscription type. You'd see that for this one, it says it can be used on PCs, Macs, phones. This gives you 1 terabyte of cloud storage. That's for your OneDrive, 1 terabyte. For family and premium, it gives you 6 terabyte. Now, this one has data and device security. So they usually have the same features, right? Most times the only difference will be in the size of the cloud storage, size of the mailbox, and the number of users that can actually use this particular subscription. I think that's clear. So now, let me see. I want to show us. Okay, so here, if you scroll down deeper, you'd see all of these details. They actually compare the applications and services with each one. So going down, going down, going down, you'd see all of the apps available for all three. For all three. Now here, the Copilot feature is just limited to premium, exclusive for premium subscribers, right? So I can see, it seems you have a question. I'll come to your question. Now, the part of getting this, we want to buy this, but we don't want to buy now. What do? You go to try free for 1 month. This is the trial that I've been talking about. Trial, trial, trial. So you just click on try free for 1 month, right? So you can cancel at any time. But just know that when you choose to go for this free trial, you need to provide a method of payment. So there's no interruption in your service after 30 days. It's not that so there will be no interruption. It's so that it will automatically charge you after after 30 days to avoid service interruption, right? So there's something called recurring billing. When you have recurring billing turned on, when it's turned on, you don't need to manually pay for your subscriptions every month, right? On its own, your subscription gets automatically paid or automatically billed. That's what recurring means. You turn on recurring billing when you don't want to manually pay for your subscriptions on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis. So now I'll click start your free trial. Start your free trial. It's very easy and straightforward. So now again, this is, you still have to use your personal email address to get started, right? I can't use mine because it's already um associated with the Microsoft 365 account. Let me just confirm that you can't see my screen. What if you already have an email connected to it? It won't work. Like you can see in my own case. If you already have an email connected to a Microsoft 365 account, it won't. Can you please confirm again that you can see my screen? I don't know why. Let me see. I know you did confirm that you see my screen earlier. Some people can see, some others cannot see. So sorry about that if you can't see my screen. But the recording is on, so it will capture every screen that I've shared or every page that I've explained. Sifas, I keep seeing your hands up. Do you have a particular question for me? Okay, that's fine. So now, since just like I said, if you need to sign up for your trial, right, this is how you go about it. And if you also do need to get a paid subscription, right? If you also need to, if you don't want trial, you want to buy, it's still the same process. Just click on sign up, just click on buy now, and you just follow the prompts. I would have loved to show you how trial is. Now for trial, right? Trial subscriptions come with 25 licenses, free licenses. That means you can assign it to 25 users. That's one thing with trial. Trial comes with free 25 licenses, irrespective of the subscription type. It comes with 25 free licenses. Now, in case you also don't have a Microsoft account, which is very important if you want to navigate this M365 platform as regards you having a Microsoft Learn account. I know some of you are new, you don't have a Microsoft account. Uh, I'll, I'll show you how to, you can just click here. If you're on this same page, just click on create an account and you get a free Microsoft account created for you. Please, you get this account and sign into Microsoft Learn to get started. If I need to share more details or if you have any questions regarding creating a Microsoft account, please drop it in the chat. But I would advise that you create one now if you don't already have one. So that's it with getting a trial. Now I'm just going to go straight off to signing in as an admin, like an existing admin, an admin that has already purchased um, that's already signed up for M365 or purchased a subscription. I hope you can hear me. I'm signing in. I'm going to sign in now. Sorry, my network is. I shouldn't. I should be using Starlink, right? Uh, let's see here. Please, what's the difference between the former account we created and the current account? Okay, good. Okay, good question. I think I'll answer these questions while the page is loading. Okay, beautiful. You can see and you can hear. Thank you. You've been unable to use both your GT Bank Naira and dollar account to validate the free trial. Could you please assist with what can be done? Okay. Yes, though we are familiar with the fact that you can use the GT Bank Naira and dollar card, but I doubt if it would work for you. So the card we normally use is either you're using a virtual dollar card or the Providus Bank. I learned that Providus to renew their MCT with GT Bank card, right? But for signing up, you might try using if you have Providus credit card for premium account. Yes, you can. For as long as it's trial, you can always sign up for trial with your personal account. Anything trial, you can sign up with it. The former account that was created and the current account you created for us. The former account that was created and the current account that I created, both the former account that was created for you and the current account that I created is the same. It is the same. I'm sure the former one that was created ends with techtired.com.onmicrosoft.com, and the current one that will be created or that has been created accounts. I hope that is clear. What's the good one? What's the difference between a personal Microsoft account and the one that you created for us? Good. Now, the difference between a personal Microsoft account is that it can only be used for personal purpose, right? You cannot use a personal Microsoft key difference. A personal Microsoft account will just give you the personal Microsoft account. But you see this one that we are creating for you, or work or school account. There's a personal account and there's the work or school account. Now you see some instances, customers will tell you that they want to sign into Microsoft 365 with a personal account. No, you can't. Or they want to use their work or school account to sign into their devices. No, you can't. So it's two-way. You can't use a mail account to sign into Microsoft 365. Neither can you use a Microsoft 365 account to sign into your. They are two different accounts. Oh, I am breaking. Sorry. So there are two different accounts. You can use the personal account and oh, 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 the location a bit. Can you still hear me? It's still breaking. You can't hear me. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. So how about now? All the questions you answer, we didn't get the answers because you've been breaking. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Still breaking. Better now. Okay. So where do I start from now? Where do I actually start from? Because I've said a lot. At what point was I breaking? Let me take it from, yes, you are, for the account that was created for you, okay, you're an admin. You're an admin. So now for the part of the personal account and the workers, someone was asking me that what's the difference between a personal account and the account that was created for you. And I did say that the personal Microsoft account is more or less like your Gmail account. It's like your Gmail account, your Yahoo account, or your Outlook.com account. That's the personal. Then the one we created for you is what we normally call the work or school account or your business account. I hope that's clear. Can you please confirm? Okay. So I'll just proceed with Okay, thank you then. So that clarifies what the difference between a personal account and a work or school account. So is there any other question I'm missing? Can someone create more Microsoft 365 accounts using different email addresses? Can someone create more Microsoft 365 accounts using different email addresses? So that would mean you want to sign up for Microsoft 365 multiple times using a different email address. Yes, you can. Hope there is no negative implication. Why would you, in the first place, want to create multiple M365 accounts using different email address? That should be the question. Why? You only get to create more M365 accounts if, for example, you're an IT consultant or a Microsoft 365 consultant or IT service provider, and you're managing multiple organizations, right? You're providing services to multiple organizations. Then you know that for each organization, you have to, right? You have to sign up for them using a different email address. If it's just for you now, you as a person, talk. Maybe you want to have a feel of different subscriptions. I really don't know why you would want to create multiple M365 accounts using different email address, but it is very possible. No negative implication. Yeah, no negative implication. Okay, because the person that somebody has answered that question. Okay, good. You don't want to pay after trial, so you now sign up again. Okay, you can actually extend your trial before you choose to sign up again with a different email address. Yeah, so when it comes to the free trial on, you can sign up for the free trial either for home or for business or for enterprise. Whichever one you choose to sign up for it's okay. You just look at it. Which one do you want? Do you want the personal or you want the family? No, personal will not work. That one doesn't come with trial. So you either go for family or premium, right? Or you go for the business. So I think that's that with the questions. Let's go back to my screen share. I did say I wanted to sign in with my admin portal. So you can just confirm for me in the chat that you can see my sign in page. Just let me know with a yes if you can see my sign in page. Tired dots. So this is the one that we created for you, right? This particular one was what we created for you. So I'm signing in now. And I want to confirm that you can see that sign-in page. Okay, beautiful. You can. So I would put in my password. And that would be, my password would be, and I click on sign in. So same thing applies to you. If an account has just been created newly for you, this is just all you need to do. Go to office.com or admin.microsoft.com. You sign in with your username and a password. Now, when I put my own password, it's asking me for a code. I think in your own case, you first need to change your password because for every mentee, we're using a generic password, right? So in your own case, you get a prompt to change your current password to a new password before you install the authenticator app for this we call MFA, the additional level of security feature that we have in place. So I'm just going to put in my code to proceed. I know some of you already have this, you already signed in. So I'll put my 07 and this is Okay, I have. So yes. Now I'm signed into this Microsoft 365 tenant. So as soon as you have your accounts created, this is the same way. You're also going to have access to, someone was asking if you would have access to the admin portals. Yes, you have access. So the difference between this one that we created for you and the one that you would have when you directly for the trial is that trial one or the one you buy directly gives you a global admin role. That one, whenever, whoever and whenever or anytime you sign up for M365, automatically, right? Automatically, you are the global admin for that M365 tenant that you sign up for. You are the global admin. So you can, we normally recommend that you have at least 2 global admin accounts, or you have, there's what we call a breaker glass account or breaker glass account. That one is for, in case you get locked out of your account, you can use that. For that particular account, you do not enable MFA on that account, right? So it's just going to be a regular user account. But in my own case, I would advise, say for example, you are married and you're signing up for M365, just either make your wife a co-global admin, right? That's if it's I'm talking on a personal level now, not organization level. Definitely, if it's for an organization, other IT admins would definitely be the global admin. You could have your CTO being an admin or your COO, whichever way. So you don't just have one global admin. Most people that usually have issues with being logged out uh, personal business owners, individual users, and all of that. So please always create a second account. That second account will be it will save you a lot, a whole lot. Give the account same password as yours, whichever way you want to set it up. Just so in case you're logged out, you can always sign in with that other account. And the thing is this, a global admin, only a global admin, I would say delete a global admin, right? A regular, other kinds of admins cannot delete a global admin. So basically, a global admin has full control over a Microsoft 365 tenant. So right here, we are in the TechTad Microsoft 365 admin portal. And someone was asking if they can install the Office applications. Yes, you can, you can install the Office applications on your device. Just click on that. So anytime you get to use those applications 365 accounts and you have access to all of those applications. So my page is still loading. Ah, interesting. Uh, so from here, I'm just going to show you how you navigate this admin portal. So you can all see, this is the home page. Initially, when you sign in, you'd have this. Now, for another thing I would like you to know is for this is because they sometimes ask, how do I know that this is my Microsoft 365 personal account and this is my Microsoft 365 work or school account? Some customers actually use the same email address for their personal families or personal subscriptions, and also use the same for their work or school. So how do you differentiate? The key difference between the two is that for your work or school account, you have this admin icon here. by your left hand side. That's the core difference. While for the personal or family, you do not have this admin icon there. Please take note. That's one way. Then another way to tell which subscription you're using is you come to your initials at the bottom right hand side here. You can see my name, RA. Then you go to my Microsoft 365. You go to view account, my account. Happening today. Let me confirm that you can still see my screen. That page is still loading. Interesting. So yeah, you go to my account. From your account, you see more details about your subscription. Sorry guys, I can tell that it's either lagging or you cannot see my page at all. Either ways. Okay, but if you're signed in from your end, please just click on that and you'd see more details about your subscription. Now I'll go back to, okay, from here you can access the apps, all of the apps that comes with your subscription. I want to believe you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, please just say yes in the chat, please. Just confirm that you can see my screen. Okay. If you don't, okay, I can see some questions. Wow. Okay, you can see my screen. Beautiful. So just click on that, your initials. Your initials is your name, RA. Mine is RA, sorry. RA, click on view account. So you see the details about your subscription, everything that has to do with your the devices that you authenticating with and all of that. So someone's saying that I'll still take through that part. Can you use the account that was just created? Yes, please. You're supposed to be using that account already, right from when I started with the office.com. So like I said, just open any browser of your choice, whether it's Edge or Chrome, type your office.com. It's likely you might already be signed in like myself to a different account if you're not a first timer. In that case, just use incognito browser, right, to sign in. Use your username and password. And someone is asking, okay, somebody has answered that question. But it's compulsory that you install that authenticator app, because that's the only way you'll be able to scan the QR code and it would allow for you to pass that security check for you to sign in. So I think that answers the question. You've exhausted your disk. How do you delete some things to free up the space? If you've exhausted your free 5 GB space, how do you delete items? So you go to the OneDrive, right? That's where you go to your OneDrive and decide which of the files there you want to delete. Now, take note, when you delete it, you still need to go to the recycle bin to empty your recycle bin. That's the only way you'll be able to free up space, right? That's the only way. So now back to the screen share. So here you get to see all of the applications. These are all of the applications that are available. You have Outlook, Word. Let me click on all apps. Now, all of these apps that you see listed here, right? All of these apps, if I launch any of them, I'll be launching the web version. Take note, if I launch any of this application, you can see that there are very many from A to W. A to W, right? So once I click on any of these applications, I'm going to be able to use this application over the web. Now, if I now want to use it, like have the desktop application, have it installed, that's where you get to click on this. Just click on install apps, right? Please click on install apps so you can use the desktop applications of your Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So now, when you click on that, you also have the option to get the M365 Copilot desktop app for free. If it's the mobile app you want, good and fine. So that's it with the applications. Directly from the portal, you have the web version. When you install, you have the desktop application. And when you get them on your mobile apps, that's the mobile version. So that's it with apps, the M365 apps. Now, for the forms that you normally fill, this is where we get to use the form. This is where we get to create the form. You just click on forms. Maybe I should just take you through. For those that don't have an account here yet, you can see calendar, class notebook, connections, engage. You have Excel, forms, Kizala, learning list, loop, OneDrive. You have OneNote. You have your Outlook over the web. You have People Planner for your tasks. You have Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages, PowerPoint, Purview. That one is definitely your Microsoft Purview compliance. Then you have this reading coach is more like your co-pilot agent. Then security, that's just showing you the app. It will take you, you see this security Purview, these ones will take you to the admin portal. SharePoint, if that's for user interface, you can use your SharePoint over the web. You can use your Teams over the web. Then you have a Word notebook. I think that's basically all. Now, we'll now go to the admin portal. Once you clicked on apps, once you click on this admin icon, it opens a new page, which is right here. So you can just click on show all. Show all for you to see the admin centers that you have access to. Now, aside from the Office applications, we did mention that we have services, right? For you to be able to manage anything that has to do with security, that's done from the security admin portal. You want to configure some kind of policies, either anti-spam policies, phishing policies. You do that from the Microsoft security portal. For Purview, you have same as compliance. If you've been hearing of compliance, it's from the Microsoft Purview. So these are all the admin centers. Click all admin centers. Click all admin centers. So you see Azure, Exchange, Entra. So these are all the admin portals, right? Now I would explain something. You see this Azure. For Azure, you can't sign in with Azure with your Microsoft 365 account. Please take note. You cannot sign. There are two different platforms. It's just here. For me to sign into Azure, I'll have to use I do have my, I'll use my personal account, which has, I know for Azure too, you can also start a free 30 days trial to free subscription. You sign up for Azure for free before you get your credits. So I do have a $150 credit, I think, for that Azure. So you can't use a Microsoft 365 account to sign into Azure. Please take note. But when you're signed into Azure, you can actually access your Entra portal from your Azure, right? Or your M365 admin center from your Azure. Now, when we go to identity here, this is where we have your Microsoft Entra ID, Identity and Access Management. You have your Exchange Admin Center for mailbox configuration, SharePoint, collaboration, file storage, just like you have your OneDrive, you have your Teams, you have your Power Platform. So these are all the admin centers. Now, taking it all up, that I'm just getting started, right? What you would normally do is to first maybe create a user account based on the roles that we assigned to you. From the admin side, you'd see that you have all of this there, but you would not be able to create a user account, right? Let's say, for example, I have Isaac. Isaac was saying that he no longer has access to, I think, his own admin roles. So I'll just come over. Let's just say I want to make changes to Isaac's access. I would search for Isaac. I'll show you how a user account is created or how your user accounts are created. You can either create your users right here from the admin portal, or you use PowerShell, or we can also do that from the Entra admin portal, from the Entra. So for those that filled the form, we're going to be using the bulk user creation. I'm going to be creating your accounts in bulk, but for manual creation, just one user, I'll just do that directly from here. So we have Isaac Uzu. We're going to look at this user that was previously created and see the roles that this user has access to. So Isaac, you already belong to a security group that has some assigned roles. Okay, so I think they must have removed that role from that group. That's why you do not have any role assigned. So I'm going to manually assign the admin roles to you from here. So you guys would see how you assign a role to a user. Now, okay, let me take it from here first. This is an existing user, right? That has complained that he has lost access to his admin role. So what do? I'll just click here and select which admin role do I want this user to have access to. I don't want to give him the global admin role. I'm just going to give him Exchange, right? I can give AI, I can give, but I will not give you global admin except you are one of the a member of the IT team, right? Yeah, let's say it's for your organization, a member of the IT team, or we are colleagues working together to support or manage this tenant. So going forward, we'll just have Exchange, SharePoint based on what others have, right? SharePoint, Teams. I could give you a user admin. Then this is not all, right? Please take note, this is not all. You have to click on show all by category. Show all by category. By category would mean when it comes to collaboration, these are the admin roles you have under collaboration. When you keep going, you have admin roles, those that will manage devices, right? Global, that one is your global admin. Once you sign up, automatically you are a global admin. Then identity, these are the roles that you could have for managing users when it comes to the identity part. Then these are other roles that you have. You can see for security and compliance, there are certain times when you want to, like for this security now, you want to run a content search. Aside from just being a global admin, you still need to assign yourself some roles, role-based access, right? We'll still go deeper into that in the coming classes. But for now, I'm just showing you through the admin roles that you have from within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So you can see Intune for managing, for device management. I'm going to give, I'm looking for billing. There's a part called billing. Billing admin. This person is usually responsible for managing everything that has to do with licenses, right? Buying subscriptions. That's if it's not the global admin. Then you have compliance, then you have security. So depending on what role you want to give that user, you just come here and assign the role. So I'm assigning those roles to you, Isaac. You can check. Most times when we make changes, something as simple as just refreshing that page would help make that make the changes you've made propagate. right? If you don't refresh, sometimes you'll be looking for a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. So you refresh. Then, so assuming now I want to create a new user, I think this is where I'll stop. I'll just show you how a user account is created, or you have an employee that your organization has just recruited and you want to create an account for that employee. What do? This is where you come to. Just click on add user. That's just a single user, right? Let's say, whose account can I create here? Someone should just drop me their full name so I can quickly create an account for you here. I was asked to provide, before giving Isaac the role back, shouldn't there be a reason why the role for compliance? Yes. Okay, so there, I can see some questions already that have been answered. Okay, yes, you cannot download your Authenticator app on a laptop. It has to be on your mobile device. So thank you for answering that question. Someone is saying that, no, you don't need to send, you don't need to send your full name again, please. Don't worry. Sorry, Michael, let me just go with Michael, right? Michael, I'll just copy that name here. So I still see people, sorry, when you're writing your name, right? I don't know, but I just feel that you write your name with a capital letter, either it's your first name or your last name. Try to always write that in capital letter. So I'm just gonna paste this and have Michael here. Display name, I'll paste this. So now the display name, okay, yeah, your first name and your last name. I wanted to say something about your username. For this username, you could have a particular nomenclature for your organization. I'll go back to the questions, please, once I'm done with this. In our own case, we're using the nomenclature first name dot last name at, wow. So you see here, you have domains, right? This is, you see domain here, and you can see techtired.onmicrosoft.com. By default, when you sign up for Microsoft 365, your username would usually come with .onmicrosoft.com. That's a default, right? So now you would now say, oh, I don't want this .onmicrosoft.com. I want to be able to use my email address using my organization's domain name, right? The organization's domain name could be mtn.com, or which organization can I use? Yourorganization.com. That's depending whether it's .com or .edu or .ng. You used to see all those kind of domains we call them custom domains, right? So at that point, when you want to use such domain, I'll show you in the next class how to purchase a custom domain if you don't have one, how to add the custom domain to your 365 so you get email address and not this default one that Microsoft gives to you when you sign up for Microsoft 365. So we're going with this first name or last name at techtired.onmicrosoft.com. If I click on this drop down arrow, you'll see other domains that we have. We have this wisdomwareacademy.com.ng. That's a custom domain. This is a fallback domain, just like this one. Well, you see this one, .com.ng is custom, is a custom domain. I'll show you where it was added. Now, coming to creating a password, you can choose to automatically create a password. But in most cases, what we do is we use the generic password of what? depending on what you want to use. Now, take note, if I'm using this option or either of the options, right, you can see this checkbox here says require this user to change their password when they first sign in. It's checked. That means when you first sign in, you'll be prompted to change your password. But if I don't check this option, you will not be prompted. You'll keep using that password to sign in. That's the difference. So I have that checked. I click next. This part has to do with assigning licenses. So which license do I want to assign? For this particular tenant, these are all the licenses that we have here. You can see, or do I say subscriptions? These are the subscriptions we have with the number of licenses available for each subscription. This is a Copilot Studio Viral. This is a trial with 10,000, unlimited, 10,000, 10,000. So you see these ones that you see out of, that means this is what is available. They've assigned some, but this is what is available. So in your own case, we ran out of, this was the first one we were initially assigning, the A1 for student. So, but now we're using the A1 for faculty. Now, this is a subscription with 999 licenses. Now, if you scroll down this page, it's two ways. Either you're creating the user without a license or with a license or without a license. If you pick this second one, that means that user would not have a license and they will not be able to do anything. They won't have access to the apps or services. So that's it. Assigning a license, which license? The faculty. Now, if you scroll down, please take note, there's this additional page here that says apps with the number of apps. For A1, we have 9 apps. Let me confirm that I'm still audible and you can see my screen. Okay. I believe you can all see my screen. So I'll go back. Here, I'll show you the applications that come with this particular subscription. These are the applications. If for any reason this application, like this one now, gets unchecked, there are some instances, some users will say they no longer have access to their mailbox, or they can't use forms, they can't use bookings. Just any of these applications, you can quickly come here, confirm that the license is assigned, and double check that the application is, this guy here is checked. So you can see this plan 1 for A1. For A3, you'd also have Exchange Online Plan 1. But for A5, you see that all these apps that come with, okay, here is even Plan 2. You'd see that for A5, you have Exchange Online Plan 2, Plan 2, Plan 2. So these are all the applications. Then you just click Next. Then here is where you have to assign the role, right? Are you creating the user? There are instances. So most times, what's more important is the license, right? So I want you to know that a role is different. A license is different. You only assign roles to people when they have a task to perform, right? Take note, roles are assigned to users when those users have specific tasks to perform. Now, but for license gives you access to the organization's resources based on the subscription you have. The license gives you access to the Microsoft 365 apps and services that your organization has purchased. Because you see people mixing license and role. You can have a user with a license without a role, right? And you can also have a user both with license and role assigned. But you cannot have a user with a role, an active user with just role, no license. How would the person work, right? So please take note that there's a difference between the two. So now assigning a role from here would be just like I did for Isaac. I would assign the same roles to you. SharePoint, Teams, scroll down to get the list of more rows. And this would be okay, billing. We'll still check, I'll still take you through each admin center and see how we manage each one, compliance and security, right? So yes, that for now. I'll click next. This one, you can fill all of these details as an IT. I'll just click next, then I'll click finish adding. So that's all. You can choose to either take a screen, okay, copy this, share with the end user, and if you want to send that via, okay, this is as a template, right? Either you want to use a send it, take a screenshot and share, that's also fine. So I'll just copy this and share with Isaac now, and that's how a user account is manually created. So for creating multiple users, I'll show that to you in the next class. And yeah, both using the PowerShell and using the Entra from the Entra portal. So that's it for now. That'll be all for now. Let me share your login credentials, and I'll answer the questions that we have in the chat. So if you have any question, you can please raise up your hand. And I know Ogaga, your hands have been up. Your hand has been up. Let me see. Okay. I'm taking questions, but okay. Let me quickly unmute so you can ask your questions. Okay then. So let me answer these guys in the chat.
Okay, can I go ahead?
Yes, you can.
Good morning. So I was trying to point out something to you when you were creating my telephone account. You know, you copied the name from the chat box and pasted. So you mistakenly wrote the display name as Michael Ofu. That's like you copied the first name and last name plus the last
Okay.
name again. I was trying to point out that to you before you finish the creation, but
Okay, okay.
don't like that.
Okay. Let me, since I've shared that, let me just copy your first name and check again. Control C, then I paste here. Okay, so can you see my screen? Can you confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Is it rightly spelled?
Well, technically, it is not. If you look very well, that is my Otumo is the
Oh,
last
okay.
name.
No, there is a mix
Okay.
up. You are merging two
He's
names
right.
to be one.
You now wrote,
Okay.
you now wrote first name and last
Yeah.
name as one name.
Okay,
name.
I see.
Yes,
The
yeah.
last name.
Okay,
It's
so
like
this is
saying
how I'm going
Lafaya
to
Abdusalam. Yeah,
yeah, I get now. So I had added your
yeah.
last name to the first name. Thank
First
you.
name.
Okay. Yeah. So I've made that change, and let me refresh that. Let me close this. Then come back here to change your display name. So contact information. Thank you for bringing that to my notice. Okay, so it's now correct, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
And then one more thing. Since they are not making us global admin, because I understand that global admin is like a very sensitive role, so it's not to be given to just anyone. But all of the other roles you are assigned to us, can we be able to do everything like global reader, everything? Because I once was on a tenant where I was a global reader, but when I was on the first view, I really could not do some things. But I could just see them, but I could not make any major changes. So I don't know if it will give us access to a lot, even though we are not global readers.
Yeah, but were you given a purview admin role?
I don't remember if there was a foreign.
So if they had assigned that to you, you would have been able to make those changes. It's very important. So yeah, this one, with the roles we've assigned, you'll be able to manage all of these of this part, right? Alongside, the only difference is just that you don't have that global. I know there's still limitation, but with the roles we've assigned, you'll be able to do a lot of things, right? You'll be able to do a lot of things. We just want to control access to what you can do and what you cannot do. Just you don't have the tenant completely gone. I don't know if you understand. But we would be assigning, if at all you need additional roles, you can always reach out and those roles will be assigned to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So I think Uber, your hand is up.
Yeah, thank you, our mentor. I had dropped a message on the chat
Okay.
asking if it's possible to do a reminder before the meetings. Unfortunately, I always kept
Get
missing the
carried
time.
away.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
lost track of time and I joined late. The last day before yesterday, I joined when the class was almost over, and I had the same challenge today. And then on the other hand, I'm also realizing that there are, all of us that got registered were assigned roles and login and all that. I don't know how can I get access to mine.
Okay, yes. Did you fill a form?
The form, is it the registration form? Yes, I did.
No, not the registration form, the account creation form.
Yeah. Was it dropped on the chat? I can't remember, but I know that there was also a call on the chat that if you need an account created, you should subscribe and do a screenshot. I had already subscribed, so I did a screenshot and also submitted on the chat. So, but I didn't see any form.
Okay. So the link to the form, I don't know if anyone is here that can share that link to the form so that those that don't have can fill the form and it will be created. So your credentials will be sent to you personally via DM.
Okay.
Hopefully before the end of today or tomorrow.
Oh, great.
So yeah. Isaac, if you're here, Isaac or Harun, I don't know who is anyone in the WhatsApp group, can please just copy that link. I think as at this morning.
Excuse me, man. Please, the link I saw just gave
I
us
shared that
the.
link to the account creation form. So can you guys still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So going forward, I've taken note of that, Uba. We'll try to send reminder messages, right? Either an hour before or 30 minutes before the class session going forward. So someone is saying that the homepage looks more like Active Directory. Yeah, you do know that your Active Directory is for managing users, devices, and groups too, right? And someone is saying, as an admin with a new tenant, okay, what are the things one has to do for a startup on the Microsoft 365 side? Yeah, Jude, to start off, I did say that as what we normally do when you sign up is the first thing you do is to create user accounts. That's what you do to start with as an admin. You start with creating user accounts, like we've done, assign licenses, assign roles if you need to, and that's all. So every other thing could now involve maybe like teams now creating channels, adding people to channels, creating meetings, creating policies, right? Those are like admin roles. But to get started with, you have to create the users, your employees, you have to create accounts for them that they'll be able to use to what communicate. If like I just created a user now, Michael, and I create another user, several other users. If you guys need to send emails, if you guys need to chat on Teams, you just have the users created, assign license, you're good to go. Administration has started. It's nothing really much, right? That's just how you start off, by creating users. So as we have with subsequent classes, you get to see more actions or more administrative roles, activities that you can carry out within your Microsoft 365 tenant. So you begin to create groups and all of that. You will still get there. So someone is asking, as a global admin, do you assign licenses? Is one assigned license the Okay, do you have to assign it manually? No, you don't. You don't also have to assign it manually, right? You don't also have to assign licenses manually. You can actually assign your license to a particular group, and that group could have as many users, so it's automatic. You're not doing it one after the other, right? That's where bulk user creation comes in, or bulk license assignment comes in. It doesn't have to be manual. No, it doesn't have to be manual. Even we can use the Power Automate part to also automatically assign licenses to users. I think that answers the question. Then this person is saying, what's the difference between an active user and a guest user? So an active user is an employee within your organization. A guest user is someone outside your organization that you want to be able to collaborate with users within your organization. That's a guest user. So you have to send an invite to that guest user. Only when they've accepted that invite, that's when they can collaborate with your own internal users or employees. I hope that answers the question. That's the difference between an active user and a guest user. Guest user is outside your organization. So this person is saying, for the admins you just assigned roles, what extra access do they have aside that of others not giving the special access? Okay, so what extra access? So you see those roles that are assigned, right? What makes them different from someone that doesn't have the role is that they are able to configure certain things within your organization. Like take, for example, now this SharePoint admin. If I give you a SharePoint admin role, it's only a SharePoint admin that will be able to create sites, delete sites, uh, uh, um, everything that has to do with access permission. That's what the admin does. As who has access to this, who doesn't have access to it, that's the role of an admin. But for someone that doesn't have an admin role, you're just a regular user making use of the application or the service. You can't make changes, you can't add user, you can't delete user, you can't create a site. I hope you get the difference between those that have roles and those that don't have roles. So that brings us to the end of today's session. I think I've been able to answer all of your questions, and today's class was more of a practical class. Is there anyone else that has a question that wants to ask, or is there anything that's not clear and you would like me to clarify? Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, everyone. Can I go on, ma?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm very happy to be part of this particular section. It's very, very
You're
insightful.
welcome.
Insightful.
You're
So
welcome.
my observation, I can call it observation because I can see where you sign a rule to a particular user, which is Michael right now, and
Okay.
it's very, very, very educative. Because it's like a life example now. So that Michael now is just, I can see you assigned an admin rule to him.
Yes.
So as regard to that, can you do anything on a place like Purview or so ever, or it's only you being the global administrator that can do that? I mean, having access to Purview on the
No,
dashboard.
no, it's not only me.
Thank
It's
you.
not only me. So if you had checked, you would see that it wasn't just one role I assigned to Michael. I assigned him Teams, I assigned him SharePoint, I assigned him compliance, right? That's the purview. I assigned
Yeah.
him security. So all those roles
Okay.
are assigned, he has access to them.
That is,
Yes, he
all right.
has
Thank you
access to
so
them.
much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And that is equally applicable
Yeah.
to all of us that have been, account has been
Everybody,
created for. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
everybody,
With that,
everybody.
I believe we can do enough. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So the last question for today is, what's the difference between a user created in Entra and a user created from the admin portal? Now, there's no difference between the two. It's the same user account. So when you create a user from Entra, the user would show from the M365 side. And when you create the user from M365, the user would also show at the Entra side, right? So it's the same. It's the same. So I think today we looked at creating user from M365 Admin Center. So in the next class, we're going to look at how you create users from the Entra ID portal and using a PowerShell command. Thank you all so much for joining today's session. I look forward to having you guys same time next week, Tuesday, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
And you too. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the time and